and have other jobs and do all those things. We don't. And if you consider the country that we make decisions about, we are decision makers. But in order to get decisions made, you have to get a majority. And when I was in grammar school, I thought it meant a simple majority. It's not quite that simple at all. There are levels of complexity to it that takes it beyond the simplicity of a majority. But if you don't have a majority, one thing you know is you won't be making this decision. Right. You may not know anything else, but you do know that you will not be in charge of anything. You will debate, you will discuss, but whoever got the most votes and can get a few other votes, it takes that to actually be in charge. There are people who wonder why Democrats have not been able to do more than what we've done, and let me tell you, we've done a lot. I'm talking about we have done so much until sometimes I have to pinch myself. But you may not understand that, and you may. For example, if there is a single parent in this country who have children, and they earn less than $75,000 a year, for every child they've got under 6, we created last year $300 they can get for every month in the year. If the child is 6 and over, they can get $250 for every month in the year. In the Build Back Better, we tried to extend that. I really wanted to take it to 5 years. We were trying as a whole to get it for 2 years. If, you know, there's so many people in our country who earn less than $75,000 a year.
Yes,
until
that's
they
true.
get funded. I'm talking about eons of people who don't make $75,000 a year. You could name the categories
Teachers.
just by category. Well, this kind of help is the best thing that's happened for these people since the Indian struggle. That's good stuff. I don't think either one of my parents ever came close to making $75,000 a year. Didn't even come close. My daddy got $567 a month. That was his Social Security. How do I know? Because he lived with me the last 5 years of his life. And so I would see his little check laying on the table. But he was such a proud guy until every time we go to dinner, something he wanted to pay. Here, let me pay. One time we was buying gasoline, and the prices were kind of like they are now. And he's, I'll pay for it. $40, $50, $60. No, you better go there. I mean, but helping people is what we have done. And it's not just politics. Ain't nothing wrong with politics. A friend of mine used to call it politricks. Another friend of mine used to call it the United Snakes of America. But if we're not engaged, Representative Hakeem Jeffries has come to spend the day with me.
Amen.
And he is spending the day with me because he is chairman of the Democratic caucus in the House.
Yes.
He's young enough, smart enough, intelligent enough good looking enough that we expect he will become the Speaker of the House when the current Speaker retires or whatever.
Yeah.
Which probably won't be too many years away. She's 85 years old. So it'll be about time. She ain't 85, but in her 80s. And so Hakeem is our champion in the House.
All right.
He organizes the House. He strategizes for us, and he leads us. And I'm delighted that he came and has spent the day with us. We've been to 3 churches, had a great time. I think I almost got happy at the last one. Yeah, I understand those who don't, because sometimes people can't feel the same stuff. But Hakeem, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here, to have spent the day with your extraordinary member of Congress, who is such a cherished part, Danny Davis of the House Democratic Caucus, in our family in Washington, D.C. And I know a cherished leader here in Chicago and the Chicagoland area. Cecilia, thank you for hosting us and helping to convene such an
And
amazing group.
Georgina.
And of course, I was going to thank Georgina. That food was good.
Yeah.
Tell everybody you're at Sinha.
Amazing food. And thank you for being such a phenomenal host and such a phenomenal institution here. And I look forward to coming back whenever I'm in town.
All right.
Here in Chicago and Chicagoland area, to the mayors and to my council member, state senator, my distinguished colleagues in government. One of the great parts of being able to serve in Congress has been the opportunity to serve with legendary members of Congress.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, when I came in, it was Charlie Rangel, still there. John Conyers was still there. The great John Lewis was still there. I got to stand on their shoulders and learn from them. But there's still some legends that are in Congress that I'm privileged to serve with.
Yes.
Yes.
Privileged to serve with Jim Clyburn,
Oh, yes.
a legend. Privileged to serve with Maxine Waters,
Oh.
a legend. And privileged to serve with Danny Davis.
Uh-huh. Here, here.
Someone who doesn't just have a vision, but connects that vision with such great works, who delivers on the ground amongst the people and in Washington. Second Chance Act, right? Got the ball rolling on criminal justice reform in America. I was involved in the First Step Act. That didn't come till 2018.
Yeah.
The Second Chance Act preceded it. He got it over the finish line with George W. Bush as the President of the United States of America.
That's right.
Because the legislation was so critical and the man behind it so powerful and respected. And it's laid the foundation for all of the criminal justice reform that we see going on in America over the last decade. That's your Congressman, Danny
That's
Davis.
right.
So now, of course, he's a powerful member of the Ways and Means Committee, Congressional Black Caucus, as I mentioned, House Democratic Caucus. I've got the great honor of serving in that capacity, and we're a diverse group. Democrats, progressive Democrats, and Danny Davis is a leading progressive. Just check his record. He's been a progressive before the word was popular.
Yeah, that's right.
Leading the charge in
That's
this
true.
area. Just check
That's true.
the record. Progressive Democrats, and we got moderate Democrats and conservative Democrats. But after spending the day with Congressman, I'm going back to Washington and saying I'm a Danny Davis Democrat.
All right.
That's what I aspire to be when I grow up.
Yeah.
And there's so much work still to be done
Yes.
in a difficult moment in America.
Yeah.
And I was commenting to some folks earlier, and thankful that the Congressman is still in the fight, doing the work, leading the charge, helping to inspire and educate and inform newer members of Congress like myself about the battles that have been fought and the things that still need to be done to get us through this moment.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've said now, at a moment like this, particularly in a critical community like this, now's not the time for on-the-job training.
That's right. That's right.
Of all times, now's not the time.
That's
No.
right.
When you have someone who's getting the job done in such a phenomenal way,
Yes.
with more energy than many of us have. I'm tired. Danny's still been going through 3 churches.
And was
I'm like,
ready to
another
dance
church,
at
I was
one of
on
them.
the 3rd church. But it was an incredible thing to have spent, you know, this time with you. And I would just urge you, let's not take this primary for granted.
That's right.
No.
Let's not take this primary for granted. Funny things can happen when we sit on our hands. And that's why I wanted to just make sure I came into the district
Yeah.
to carry that message and to do a small little part
Yeah.
in making it clear that Congressman Davis, of course, is going to win, but he wins decisively. And just help to spread the word. There's so many leaders who are here.
Yes.
And let's just make sure we do everything possible. I know early voting starts in 2 days on May 31st, and the primaries on June 28th. That's when we were supposed to have our primary in New York, but we've had some redistricting drama. Those of you who may have followed that. So it's our primary is back to August 23rd, and we're trying to work that out. But June 28th is the day where we all make sure that you send Congressman Danny Davis back to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
to continue his great work, to deal with all the issues that we have to confront here in America, and to make sure that we're continuing in an imperfect country, a country where we've come a long way but still have a long way to go. It's public servants like Danny Davis who will ensure that we continue America's march toward a more perfect union.
Yes.
So thank you, thank you, thank you, and God bless each and every one.
God bless. That's right. God bless Congressman Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know we've got 2